We'll just get going here. What in the world is going on here? Well, Dennis, in answer to your question, could be a little longer than we thought. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the June 5th meeting of the Rapid City Planning Commission. Some housekeeping items. If any member of the audience wishes to speak to any item today, we ask you to fill out a request form on the side of the dais and give that to the secretary. We'll take those in the order in which they're received when that agenda item comes up. If you have a cell phone or another communication item that beeps, blings, rings, please shut it off or take your call out in the hall if you need to take it instead of sharing it with the meeting. We appreciate all that. Thank you very much. Items 1 through 3 are placed on the consent calendar and may be approved as a group. Action will be taken on all consent items in accordance with the staff's recommendation by a single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by the Planning Commission, staff member, or audience member for separate consideration at this time. The findings of this Planning Commission are recommendations to the City Council. The City Council will make the final decision with the exception of the following items. Item 3, 14 UR 013. Rapid City Planning Commission action on these items are final unless any party appeals that decision in writing before the end of the 7th full calendar day by submitting that in writing to the Community Planning and Development Services Department. Any items 1 through 3 staff would like to remove from the commission? Audience members? Chair would look for a motion on items 1 through 3.
Second.
Motion by Dennis, second by Linda. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Approved. Item number 4.
Subdivision plan to create 58 single-family residential lots in a subdivision known as Copperfield Vistas subdivision. This property is located west of Elkvale Road at the western terminus of Homestead Street. And with that, I will show you some slides. The property is zoned, is shown in the hatched marks. It's zoned low-density residential. It is in a plan development designation. You will see this item again as they come forward with their final plan development demonstrating the single-family homes that are proposed for the property. An aerial of the site, and you can see that there is a rough grade of the street layout that was previously approved. They're now finalizing the actual design plans and, of course, platting as you see today. The layout of the 58 single-family residential lots. One thing we are excited about is that this does extend Homestead Street farther to the west. That's identified as a collector street on our major street plan, and it's a connection that we are eager to have completed. Phase 1 is the item that we're reviewing today, but as you can see, there are 3 additional phases that will be coming forward in the future. This is a subdivision that started several years ago, and it slowed down with the economy and other lots being platted other locations in our city. And we are excited to inform you that we have begun to see more and more single-family residential lots coming forward in numbers such as this. We've seen some 5 lots, 10 lots. When we start seeing these plats with 58, 60-some lots, it's reminiscent of previous times when we saw the growth of the city expand to the point where it actually increases the number of single-family residential lots for future development, and that's been a positive indicator for our community that our growth is steady. This is looking west at the terminus of Homestead Street into the site, looking east back at the existing Homestead Street, looking north into the site, south into the site. This is some of the residential development that was approved as a previous phase of Copperfield Vistas. And these are some of the industrial buildings that are adjacent to the Elkvale Road location. We are recommending that this item be approved with the stipulations as noted in the staff report. The preliminary construction plans identify that they are bringing forward streets in compliance with our infrastructure design criteria manual while accommodating the drainage requirements set forth for development. Unless you have any questions for me, we recommend to approve.
Vicki, is there a minimum size lot, either in square feet or percentage of that acreage? Is there anything in the code for a minimum lot?
There is. It has to be 6,500 square feet. And because these are low-density residential lots, they have to abut a street a minimum distance of 25 feet. There has to be a minimum 50-foot building line at the front of the building. And that gives sufficient separation between homes.
Well, I just noticed in here that the smallest lot that I saw was .156 acres, which, does that equate to the 6,500 square foot?
You know, it does, and I actually did the math.
Okay, I saw that. Very good. I don't have any other questions up. Chair, look for a motion on item number 4.
Move to approve.
Motion by Linda, second by Karen. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 5.
Good morning. Item number 5 is an application to rezone approximately 4.37 acres of recently annexed property from no use district to general commercial district. The Rapid City Future Land Use Plan identifies this area as being appropriate for general commercial uses. The property being rezoned is indicated in the hatched mark area. As you can see, property to the north and east are currently zoned general commercial with planned development and planned development designation. The property to the south and west are currently zoned Highway Service District by Pennington County, and prior to being annexed, this property was also zoned Highway Service District by Pennington County. Here's an aerial photograph of the property showing its location directly south of the intersection of Catron Boulevard and US Highway 16. The rezone would apply to both Lot 1 and 2 of the Stamper subdivision. Here in this, you can see Highway 16 and the service road which fronts the properties. This rezone application is associated with 14 PL 136, which subdivided the property into its current Lot 1 and Lot 2 configuration, following its annexation on April 18th of this year. Some site photos. This photograph shows the property looking north. This is Lot 2. Here we're looking west of the property, which is currently open space except for one home. This is looking east, which there are recreation and medical facilities across the across US Highway 16. This is an additional photo looking north. This is a closer view of Lot 1. This is looking south of the property. Adjacent to the southern boundary of the site are additional retail uses. We wanted to bring this application to your attention. The staff report for this item was actually revised after initially being published, and the mobile home, which you saw in the last photo, was removed from the application. Staff has reviewed the application against the criteria established in section 17.54.04D1 and is not aware of any adverse effects resulting from this rezone. The staff recommendation is for approval, and I'll answer any questions you may have.
Welcome to the planning staff, Sarah.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Sarah. Just moved back to Rapid City in December. Moved here from Lincoln, Nebraska. I got my planning degree from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Well, welcome to
Thank you.
back to Rapid City.
Appreciate that.
Was the mobile home the residence that you referred to in the earlier part of the presentation?
Yes, it was referred to as possibly being a caretaker's residence.
And so that's off the property now.
Yes, that's correct.
Are there any other questions from the commission? Chair, look for a motion on item number 5. Motion by Jan,
Second.
second by Linda. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Good job. Amanda, congratulations. Election over. I suppose when the new council convenes in July, you'll find out whether you're our liaison or someone else is back with us.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, yes, the newly elected as well as incumbents will be resworn in on the July 7th meeting, Monday night council meeting. And then following that, also done that exact same night, the new council president and vice president will be elected. And as soon as they're elected, the first duty that they have is to go through and take a look at all the committee liaison positions and reassign new committee members. It usually takes 2 to 3 weeks, so you may have, or you'll most likely have me through July, and I will let you know I've already made it known to Ms. Fisher. I would like to be retained as your council liaison. I really do enjoy working with the Planning Commission and each and every single one of you. So,
Well, you've been excellent in liaison. We've enjoyed having you. I hope we have you back if that's what you'd like.
thank you.
Is there any further business, discussion, anything else to come before this meeting?
Move to adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn? And no discussion required. We are adjourned. Thank you all. I've done them faster than that, too.